Whether I'm playing a card game or just a video game in general, something that I love to do is mess around with my opponents. I found this video on my timeline, Yu-Gi-Oh cards that mess with your opponent. I started watching like 30 seconds of it and I was like, you know what? This would make for a really, really good reaction video. So today we're going to be talking about probably some of my favorite cards in the entire game. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with 20 YouTube channels. Please go support the creator in the pinned comment description down below. It will be available to you right there. And another reason I want to react to this is because it's obviously high quality content, great green screen content. I love the way that it's structured. Okay, let's get into it.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards are normally used to play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, whether that be through summoning monsters, destroying cards, drawing cards, whatever.
But there's always that one guy, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to be bouncing my face cam around here, guys. But there's always gonna be that one guy who wants to play cards that just mess with people.
But for a game with almost 12,000 cards, some Yu-Gi-Oh cards decide to go a little bit more direct. These cards are directly designed to annoy, confuse, or downright gross out your opponent.
And I don't know what cards could be used to just gross out opponents, but I know like annoy and confuse. Like the only thing that's really coming to mind is there was the card in the thumbnail that said one card, I don't remember what it's called, but it's bringing back a little bit of memory, like a card like, hey, shake your opponent's hand. But I've been thinking like a little bit of anti-meta card type cards.
We'll start with the most classic example with yugioh Friendship and Unity.
Hang on.
Friendship has the
Oh, this was the one that I was talking about. This is the one I saw in the thumbnail. Offer your opponent a handshake. If they accept your handshake, each player's life points become half the combined life points of both players. If you have Unity in your hand, show it to your opponent. They must accept the handshake. Is this legal? Is this banned?
Effect. Offer your opponent a handshake. If they accept your handshake, each player's life points become half the combined life points of both players.
That's so funny, man. I remember this card, but I don't think I remember the effect.
And if you have Unity in your hand and show it to your opponents, they must accept the handshake.
Dude, it'd be the best too if you're like just on the brink of losing.
By itself, yugioh Friendship is probably just going to get your opponent to say no. But with the help of Unity, you can force your opponent into a handshake.
Could you imagine just like playing that game, be like, no, you must shake my hand, otherwise they actually lose for refusing to play the game?
Some clever min-maxers thought about how can we use that to our advantage, and decided that making their hand as gross and unshakable as possible was a good way to mess
could you oh my god, I would never go that far, but could you? I would forfeit my game if somebody had a disgusting hand. Oh, I never thought about that. Dude, something that I talk about like on this channel and when I talk about on gaming and when I talk about like performing in Smash Bros tournaments, dude, there are so many people where I just do not want to touch you. My brother and I were like the only normal people there. I would quit. That would make me forfeit. Oh my god, I never thought about that.
Of course, Konami, watching out for their player base, decided that all you had to do was accept the idea of a handshake instead of having to reach over across the table and shake nubs with someone's greasy hands.
I didn't know that. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. I guess I wouldn't forfeit my game.
Next up, we have the card Question, which has the effect.
Dude.
When activating this card, your opponent cannot check cards in the graveyard.
I unironically use this card. It works more often than it doesn't. But then you have to side it out every time.
Your opponent calls the name of the first monster found at the bottom of your graveyard. If he or she calls it right, the monster is removed from play. If he or she calls it wrong, the monster is special summoned to your side of the field.
And it's the best when you have a card that like you discarded or something. Or something that like maybe Treeborn Frog, you got into the graveyard first, but then because it came back and sent it again. Ronan Tonin was next, comes back, send it again. So something just ends up being at the bottom of your graveyard.
This card's interesting in that you basically hold the game state hostage as you ask your opponent questions about their graveyard. I don't really know how this card works in person. I don't know if you just slap the card down and flip over their graveyard before they can read any cards in it.
I would imagine like every time that I've ever used it, you just don't touch the graveyard.
Unsurprisingly, the card is also completely uncoded and unplayable in Master Duel.
Oh.
Next up, we have a Weevil Underwood Classic with Parasite.
What's this one do? Shuffle. Oh, hang on. I'm sure he'll read the effect. I'll let him do it.
Which has the effect. Flip effect. Shuffle this card face up into your opponent's deck. If you draw this card after it was added to your deck by its effect, special summon it in defense position, and if you do, take 1,000 damage. All monsters controlled by the player that summoned this card by its effect become insect monsters.
I love that, dude. The only problem with it, though, is if you have, like, different sleeves, you could shuffle your deck in a way that you can make sure it's, like, towards the bottom of your deck. Yeah, it would definitely show up. You would need, like, to have, like, just luck out and both have black sleeves or something. Could you imagine? Are you allowed to do that when you're siding out? Just change all the sleeves of your cards? Just have, like, a... a whole arsenal of them and make sure that you have the right ones. Oh my god.
Putting one of your cards face up in your opponent's deck is just a recipe for weird disasters.
Yeah.
For example, when players shuffle and cut, they can see the face-up card. Players
Yeah,
can do everything
exactly.
in their power to try and stack the deck. Not to mention, if for whatever reason you forget, there's a pretty good chance your opponent's just walking away with your parasite.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. Oh my god, could you imagine? Could you imagine just he runs into it next game or something? Dude, the only other one that I can think of that works like that is Convulsion of Nature, which I have a whole deck built around, and it's actually pretty solid.
If playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't really your style while you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, you can play other games with the help of the card Transmission Gear, which has the effect: during damage calculation, if your monster battles an opponent's monster, play rock, paper, scissors with your opponents.
I've never heard of
Make the
that.
losing player banish the battling monster they control face down.
What? What? Oh my god. That's an amazing card, and I've never heard about it before. I love that so much.
If you're a believer that there's a science behind RPS and that you are the chosen one, then
Me. I'm good at rock, paper, scissors. I have a strategy.
this card's probably for you. Not to mention the actual removal effect of having your opponent banish their own card face down is pretty dang good.
Yeah. I need
Next,
that.
we have a pair of cards that basically do the same thing: drop off and drastic drop off.
Yeah, I love those cards, especially in the counter fairies. And even when you can get like when in the modern game, it's escaping my memory what card, but you can recycle the counter traps. Oh, just keep using this. It's amazing. That and Mind Crush too.
Because they do the same thing, we're just going to read drop off's effect. Drop off has the effect: when your opponent draws for their normal draw in their draw phase, your opponent discards one card they just drew.
And I actually really love the way that this video is being presented. It's very high quality. I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely going to be subscribed. Well, I did subscribe to the channel in a second because you just know sometimes you come across videos. But again, please go show the creators some support in the pinned comment description down below.
Admittedly, this one requires a little bit of explaining, but basically, because the card requires you to discard the exact card that you just drew, it can lead to some weird shenanigans.
Like what?
Legend has it that some players try to shark with this card by allowing their opponent to draw, shuffle the cards as you normally would, and then activate drop-off. And because you have no way of verifying which card that they drew, you get an irreparable game state and maybe...
Yeah, I never really thought about that. That's just confusing me to my core right now.
You can weasel a free win. Whether or not that ever actually happened is lost to time. And in reality, the actual problem with this card can just
Sorry, I was laughing at the top reply. You're a dick. I'm trying this.
be fixed by talking to your opponent. But maybe the mental damage of, hold on, I do have something in your draw phase, might mess with your opponent a little bit.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Next, we have a pair of old school cards that do basically the same thing in very different ways, with Fiber Jar
Oh my
and Ring of
god.
Destruction.
Yeah, that's old school. Old school.
If you somehow aren't familiar with these legendary cards, Fiber Jar has the effect: flip effect, each player shuffles all cards from their hand, field, and graveyard into the deck, then draw 5 new cards.
Dude, it was so annoying to run into that back in the day. I don't even like that card as like just a troll card, man. I don't.
An OG Ring of Destruction, because it's been eroded a bunch of times, has the effect: destroy one face-up monster card and inflict direct damage equal to the destroyed card's attack to the life points of both you and your opponent.
Dude, just force some draws. It's so... I love stuff that messes with people, man. It's harmless too.
If you see these effects and you don't see the through line between the cards, both these cards make your 3-game set into a 4-game set into a 5-game set.
Yup.
Ring of
But
Destruction.
that's the problem, man. Like I don't like extending the game. I like things like question.
Its original effect allowed you to force out ties, and when you're trying to win a best of 3, a tie isn't really doing anyone any favors. Fiber Jar's effect is very similar in that regard, especially in older Yu-Gi-Oh! Where setup was a lot longer. Shuffling all cards back into the deck and drawing another 5 may as well have just been playing a new game.
Yeah, and I hate it. I absolutely hated it. I don't know, man. Like that wasn't like the fun type of troll.
Next, we have the Danger cards, which is actually an archetype of cards and really fits into what I'd consider to be the mind-reading cards, where you ask your opponent to look at you and read your mind, and then punishing them when they lose. That said, all Danger monsters have the similar effect structure of: you can reveal this card in your hand, your opponent randomly chooses one card from your entire hand, then you discard the chosen card.
I've never really liked the danger cards. I don't know why. Maybe it was just like at the same time that I was kind of falling out of love with the game, but like I've just never been a big fan of them.
Then, if the discarded card was not the activated danger monster, special summon one activated danger monster from your hand, and if you do, draw one card.
I don't know. Like, I don't look at that as, like, too much of a troll. It's just, like, a little bit of an... I guess, like, if it's an annoying card, then it is a troll card. But it's not, like, a fun troll.
Additionally, all dangers have their own discard effects if they are discarded. Not to mention the danger mechanic itself of flashing and then disappearing really does feel like a cryptid or a creepypasta that you might see out in the fields of West Virginia. You're like, whoa, it's Bigfoot. Turns out in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a lot of cards that let you mess with your opponent. And if all else fails, I think a normal summon Fossil Dino.
That's my guy. That's my guy. The anti-meta cards. Plop a nice Moon Mirror Shield on there. Have the setup, and you know what? Deal with it. King Tiger Wangu, Fossil Dyna, Banisher the Radiance. I'm good. Starlight Road, back row.
And a Skill Drain will probably do the trick.
Oh.
Ring
I enjoyed that, man.
Ring
Yeah, guys, you
Destruction.
need to go show this channel some love. I'm definitely going to be checking out videos. Again, this video just came up my homepage. I've never heard of the channel before, and I'm definitely going to be watching it. If you already have subscribed, though, then you can check out this other reaction video that we did on screen right now. I would love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching the video. Take care, everybody.